today to do the YouTube anniversary tag. Which means it's been a year since I did this, which is wild. Let's walk down memory lane. Think about my YouTube origin story. I will admit that I never watched YouTube. I did not know that BookTube existed. I came across CJ of CJ Reads on Instagram. I'm sure it must have been Instagram because I wasn't on YouTube. I followed a link to a YouTube video and then I realized that she and her friends, the Book Hotties, were talking about literary fiction. At the time, I didn't really have anybody in my life who was reading the same kind of books that I was, and I got really excited. I showed some of the videos to my partner, Justin, and he was like, you should do that. Also, I will say it was deep. It was February, which in New England is like a lot. It was February, it was COVID, dark, dreary, and cold and lonely. The first video I made was a vlog and it was so bad. Please don't go look at it. In fact, I think I should delete it. First of all, it was never supposed to see the light of day, but also it was beyond my wildest imagination that there would be thousands of people who are here to hear me talk sometimes about books. But also, I filmed the first half of that vlog the wrong way, like with my phone vertical. So that's incredibly embarrassing. Yeah, I should just delete that. I will never watch that again. Mortifying. I did the newbie tag. I did a couple like sit down reviews of like one-off books, which is something I don't do anymore. Also, if you watch some of my first videos, I was so nervous that I would plan out exactly what I say, I would type a book report, try to memorize it or read it on screen. I would say the biggest thing I've learned about how to do this and talk about books is that you don't have to say everything you thought about the book. No one has a scorecard and is like, she didn't mention this theme, what a dummy. Whatever comes to mind as you're recalling the book is interesting. Nobody needs you, there's no points for being complete in your thoughts. So that was a year ago, February, and here we are, February 2022. So we're gonna do the BookTube anniversary tag. There are 8 questions. Here we go. Question 1, how have you changed from your first video to now? Talked about this a little bit. I mean, the channel has changed quite a bit. I hope you see higher production value. Personally, my knowledge of what I like to read is greater, for sure. My confidence as a reader is greater. My confidence as a human being is greater. If the question is, how have I changed in the last year? A lot. Do I seem different to you? In part because of this experience. I was somebody who before BookTube was also not on the internet at all. Sometimes people ask me, like friends I've made through BookTube, they ask me for my personal Instagram account. And like I didn't have one before my BookTube. Like Rebecca Eats Books is it. I wasn't online. I had a lot of preconceived notions about the internet. While many of that I'm sure is very accurate, a lot of it was not. Like most things I am learning, it's complicated. The internet is not something that can be easily put in a box as wholly good or bad. But I will say that a year ago I was a very not online person, and now I am a person online. My world is exponentially larger for it. My understanding of the world is larger. My understanding of myself is larger and more complex and nuanced. Okay, number 2, what video are you most proud of and why? Maybe because it's recent, but I really like the video that I did at the end of the year, my favorites. It didn't get like any views, but I really enjoyed talking to the people in my life and showing them to you, talking to them about their favorite books. That one was fun for me. There was a video in which I interviewed my partner Justin up in his office in the attic. I was proud of the editing work on that one. Justin and I talked for I think like 3 hours that afternoon. Edited it down to a 30-minute somewhat cohesive video. That felt like a feat. I'm gonna pull up my other videos. Oh, halfway through the year in June, I did a video on my favorite books of the year so far. I did like superlatives and that was really fun, and I like doing that. Proud of that. Okay. And I did a series on mom and dad books for Mother's Day and Father's Day, daddy issues, and books about being born, I think it was called. Good books in which people get born. That was my Mother's Day one. I really like those sort of thematic ones. Okay, question 3 is, what's your most popular video? I'm pretty sure it's my end of the year favorite books of 2021. There's a way to do this. Sort by most popular. Yeah, my favorite books of 2021 has nearly 6,000 views, which is insane. I'm sure it's just my parents accidentally put it on repeat and can't figure out how to get it off the TV. And then my July wrap up is my second most popular. It's very random. Who knows why? Number 4, what was an unexpected surprise of being on YouTube? A few things. One is that people want to hear me talk about books. I mean, not everybody in the world wants to hear me talk about books, but a few of you do, which is insane. An incredible confidence boost. It's really wonderful. It's also been a surprise to me that the publishing industry is like really great to these small creators on the internet. We are being sent books and engaged with, and our emails get responded to. Everyone I've spoken with in publishing has been really great. That's amazing that there is this relationship between enthusiastic readers who are oftentimes speaking to, like, my first arc, or second maybe, was Rachel Cusk's Second Place, which was one of my favorite books of last year. One of my favorite books of all time. Rachel Cusk is like a big deal, published by FSG. And at the time I had 200 subscribers or something. They sent me a arc and a finished copy. That's amazing. I don't know the economics of it, but it feels like there are few niches out there in which a couple enthusiastic people have the ear of the people who are making these decisions. And that's really cool about the publishing industry. Okay, and then the most unexpected surprise has been the like very real and fulfilling relationships that I've made with other people through books. I mentioned earlier that like one of the driving emotions behind this project, this experiment, was loneliness, specifically feeling a lack of, you know, like I have wonderful friends. Don't worry about me, guys. And great people in my life, but not a lot of people who read similarly to me. And it has been a great joy of my life to meet people who want to talk about books. It's been a real surprise to me to make real, lasting, I hope, authentic, whatever that word means, fulfilling relationships through the internet. Many people who I have met in person, Alex, Lauren, Jessica, and of course, Lindsay, the people I have gotten to interact with consistently and really fulfillingly. And of course, although I haven't met them in person yet, Ben and Iggy, who I feel like I've really connected with, and it's been really special to do this booktube journey alongside them. I think that going into this experience, looking for friends to talk about books with, I thought I was looking for friends who had all the same opinions as me, would agree with me about every single book. What I've learned is that's not at all what I want. What I want is to have an engaging, nuanced conversation about varying degrees of books' imperfections and differing opinions. Yeah, I would say the most unexpected surprise of being on YouTube is creating something alone in my house and putting it out into the world and feeling real love and appreciation, support, acceptance in a way that doesn't seem proportion to what I'm putting out. Just the amount that I've put out and what I've received has been overwhelming. And if you are somebody who is frequently in the DMs with me chatting about books, I'm also talking about you. Too many to name, but you know who you are. I just really appreciate the connections that I've made. Number 5. What's the hardest thing about creating videos for YouTube? Editing. I fucking hate it. It's so annoying and time consuming. It requires you to sit in front of a computer and do nothing, and you can't read, and you can't move, and you can't knit. Drives me crazy. Very time consuming. For a 12-minute video is like 3 hours of editing. So annoying. 6, Thoughts on equipment. What has been the most useful piece of equipment you've bought? I have bought nothing. Zero. I do not own a single thing that I did not own before YouTube. I do have a tripod, which was sent to me by work so that I could record videos for work. I'm pretty sure it was like a $10 purchase. But other than that, I just record on my phone, and I use free software on my Mac to edit, and I use free Canva to do all my whatevers. I have heard some not great feedback about the audio quality. I have considered doing something about that. I think I'll maybe just upgrade my phone in the near future and hope that that does something for that issue. Number 7, have you had to deal with negative feedback or comments? How did you handle it? Absolutely not. No, the people of the book corner of the internet are incredibly nice. Very good humans. No complaints. Number 8, what advice would you give to someone thinking of starting YouTube? Do it. Totally do it. Send me a DM because I want to chat with you. Sounds like fun. I wonder what kind of books you like. Yeah, I think you should do it. And I think that you should do it at a pace that feels good. Like, there's some people out here who be crazy and they get videos out all the time and they're amazing. I don't think, could be wrong. You all are like, yeah, we wish you weren't so lazy, Rebecca. I don't think you have to do this every day and let this take over your life. I think you could do it in a way that feels like a nice amendment to the life you already have, in a way that doesn't take away from your reading. When I went to college, everyone liked to use the phrase niche. Be like, you're gonna find your niche. You're gonna find your people. You're gonna find your niche in college. It was cliche but true. I think that sometimes the perception of the internet is that there's one type of way to be, and it turns out that people be freaks. Everybody is somebody's taste. Like, there are people who do crazy shit on YouTube who have a couple thousand followers. People like to watch people draw. People like to watch people fold things. People like to watch people knit in silence. People will want to watch what you want to make as long as you want to make it. So just make whatever you want. Talk about books however you want. Make whatever kind of videos you want. Don't do what you think people want, because A, it's impossible to predict, and B, somebody's gonna like your freaky weird flavor, whatever it is. That's my advice. Okay, those are the questions for the YouTube anniversary tag. I think I'm gonna keep doing this. I don't know for how long, but for now, I'm enjoying, especially like wrapping up my months. At the end of every month feels really good. Sort of on a one vlog a month and one wrap up a month pattern. I make no commitments or promises, but that's what seems to be like very fun and reasonable and doable for me right now. I have a big trip coming up. I'm gonna be taking a leave from work in the spring for a couple months to do a big trip. And either I'll take you along with me and it'll be great and I'll do lots of reading, or the opposite will happen and I will disappear for a couple months this spring. So we'll see which one it is. I'm not sure what's gonna be feasible yet. Thanks for sticking around. If you've been here for a year, that's insane. Thank you. Please comment and tell me what you would like to see on this channel in the coming year. I make zero promises that I'll do it, but I would love to hear. So thank you. If you have ever sent me a DM or left a comment or liked a video, subscribed, or anything, I really just am overwhelmed by my gratitude for this community. And really good things have come into my life from people dropping in the DMs, so please do that. Okay, love you nerds.